Bienvenidos, welcome. I call to order the July 25th regular business meeting for the contract approval of the Beaverton School Board at 7 o'clock. I will now hand off to Dr. Valdez to administer the oath of office for Dr. Melissa Potter, Justice Raji, and Dr. Tammy Carpenter.
Thank you, Dr. Perez, and welcome to our first board meeting as a team. So thank you all for being here. I'm going to start off with Dr. Potter, Melissa Potter, if I could. I know you've done this before. And again, to alert the board, we're also going to do this once more, but live in person in August, so your family and friends could be present as well. So this is one of those statutory things that we're doing here. So Melissa, if you could repeat your name when I say repeat your name. I repeat your name. Say your name. That's
Good grief, sorry. I, Melissa Potter,
do solemnly swear to affirm that I will support the laws and constitutions
do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the laws and constitutions
of the United States of America and the state of Oregon,
of the United States of America and the state of Oregon,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of my office
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of my office
as a member of the board of directors of the Beaverton School District
as a member of the board of directors of the Beaverton School District
to the best of my ability
to the best of my ability
for the term July 1st, 2023 through June 30th, 2027,
for the term July 1, 2023 through June 30, 2027,
in position number 3.
in position number 3.
Welcome to the board, Dr. Potter. Welcome to the board. Thank you. Next is Justice Raji. So Justice, I'm going to again say the same thing. I, and then just repeat or just state your name. I,
Justice Raji,
do solemnly swear to affirm
do solemnly swear to affirm
that I will support the laws and constitutions of the United States of America
that I will support the laws and constitutions of the United States of America
and the state of Oregon,
and the state of Oregon,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of my office as a member of the board of directors
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of my office as a member of the board of directors
of the Beaverton School District to the best of my ability
of the Beaverton School District to the best of my ability
for the term July 1st, 2023 through June 30th, 2027, in position number 6.
for the term July 1st, 2023 through June 30th, 2027, in position number 6.
Welcome to the board. Thank you. Here. You can repeat your name. Your name.
I, Tammy Carpenter,
Do solemnly swear to affirm that I will support the laws and constitutions
do solemnly swear and affirm that I will support the laws and constitutions
of the United States of America and the state of Oregon,
of the United States of America and the state of Oregon,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of my office as a member of the board of directors of the Beaverton School District
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties as a member of the Beaverton School District Board and faithfully discharge my duties
to the best of my ability for the term July 1st, 2023 through June 30th, 2027, in position number 7.
to the best of my ability from July 1st, 2023 to June 30th, 2027.
In position number 7. So thank you.
Position number 7.
Welcome to the board, Dr. Carpenter. Thank you. Turn it over to Dr. Perez.
Congratulations to our 3 new board members, and we'll now take roll call. Board members, please answer with present when I call your name. Zone 1, Susan Greenberg. Present. Zone 3, Dr. Melissa Potter.
Present.
Zone 4, Sunita Garg.
Present.
Zone 5, Ugana Inyanaya.
Present.
Zone 6, Justice Raji.
Present.
Zone 7, Dr. Tammy Carpenter.
Present.
In Zone 2, Dr. Karen Perez. Present. We're going to move into our agenda review. So board members, if anybody wants to make a change to the agenda or pull an item out of the consent agenda, this is a time to do so. Knowing we have new board members, I just wanted to explain that items on the agenda that are up for a vote are voted on individually, and items on the consent agenda are voted on as a group with one sweeping motion. So are there any changes that anybody would like to make to the agenda? Okay, hearing none, we will now move on to our next item. Our next item is the superintendent's report. So I will now hand over to Dr. Valderas for the superintendent report.
Thank you. And I'll be brief tonight. I know this is a quick meeting. I just wanted to, first of all, commend all the board members, the new board members for running for this important position that supports our children, our almost 40,000 scholars across the district, 54 campuses, and the nearly 300,000 residents that make up our school district. So thank you for what you do. As people know, that this summer is really busy for a few departments, particularly our human resources, facilities, technology departments. They've been very, very busy. Continue to hire. I think we've hired over 250 licensed staff members so far, and we're still going to continue to hire. So kudos to our HR department, the human resources department, as well as all the buildings that continue to do that, as well as departments. Facilities folks, if you see a lot of construction happening in our buildings, we are really busy implementing the bond. So thank you, voters of Beaverton, for supporting us in our efforts to continue to upgrade our buildings, our facilities. And of course, our technology department is incredibly busy this summer with upgrades to computers. So again, I think people feel that the school's out, that people can relax. Certain departments actually spike up because there are also a lot of deep cleans and a lot of deep clean that happens around our buildings. I've been able to visit a couple summer school programs recently. Really excited to be able to visit Westview High School and the CTE program, the Career Technical Education program, that allows middle school kids to come up to the high school and be able to experience some of the CTE programming, the Career Technical Education programming. And kudos to Westview High School. I'd like to be able to replicate that in the future to other buildings, to be able to have middle school kids have summer opportunities for that type of experience. And what was really fun and that I encountered when I was at Westview this week was the fact that a lot of alumni that have recently graduated are coming back to support the kids. So it's that mentoring for kids that have left the program, and they're doing it out of the goodness of their heart. So they care about the program and coming back and mentoring some of the younger kids. And also was able to visit Beaver Acres today for summer school programming, which is always just great to be able to be around the kids and the excitement that they have being exposed to summer school programming. And I know we have that across our district, but just wanted to say kudos to all the staff that have given up some summertime to be able to support our children here in Beaverton. So thank you for the opportunity to be able to welcome the new board and look forward to working with you this year and in future years as well. So I turn it over to Dr. Perez.
And you know, this being my first meeting, I did forget to ask people to vote on the agenda, to approve the agenda. So I'm just going to back up and say, do we have a motion from someone to approve the agenda as it is?
I move that we approve the agenda as is.
Great, thank you. Do we have a second?
I second.
Thank you. Hearing a second, we will now move on to the next item. Our next item is our items for action. And the first item for action is the election of our board chair and vice chair. So per the Beaverton School District Board Policy BCB, the officers of the BSD School Board shall consist of a board chair and a vice chair with a term lasting 12 months from July 1st through June 30th. The board will elect one of its members to serve as board chair and one to serve as vice chair. So the board recognizes that state statute allows a member to be elected for up to 4 successive one-term sessions. I now want to discuss the election process. So we'll start with the 23-24 board chair position. We do not need a motion. We just need the name of the person you would like to nominate. So each board member can only nominate one person per office, and there's no need for a person to second a motion. I wanted to note that once the election is completed, the gavel and the remainder of the meeting will be facilitated by the newly elected chair. Would anyone like to make a nomination for the office of chair?
I would like to start off with nominating Dr. Perez as the board chair. Much like I said during the last meeting, nothing has changed. I still stand by what I said in my nomination statements during the last meeting. Dr. Perez has shown tremendous leadership as board vice chair of the board. And we also saw that leadership reflected in leading the charge for the local options levy and getting us to a successful finish. And it is my pleasure to nominate her tonight. We want her to continue with the work that she started doing as our vice chair. And I think the board would be lucky to have her as our board chair. So with that said, I do nominate Dr. Perez as the board chair.
Thank you for that nomination, and I accept. Dr. Karen Perez has been nominated to serve as the BSD School Board Chair. Are there any further nominations? Hearing no further nominations, nominations are now closed. We will now move to a vote. All in favor of Dr. Karen Perez as the 2023-24 Chair of the Beaverton School Board, please raise your hand and say yes.
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 Thank you.
Yes.
All those, I see all those opposed, please raise your hand and say no.
No, sorry. That's not what I'm doing.
I know we can do our hands this way.
Yeah, that's not for that.
Okay, so far we have 6, and myself included, I guess I should say. I see 7 hands that are in favor.
Yes.
I don't know at this point, Dr. Balderas, do I say all those opposed, please raise your hand and say no?
No,
Since
you don't need to. No, it's unanimous.
Okay, so the board has voted unanimously 7 out of 7 for Dr. Karen Perez to serve as a 23-24 BSD School Board Chair. Thank you. We will now.
Karen, I would like to nominate Sunita Garg as vice chair. Sunita has been on the school board for 2 years, and those 2 years she's been co-chair of the local option levy, which passed without very high voting, which is we're so appreciative of our community, as well as Sunita has been part of the bond accountability committee, which is a very vital community to be part of, and I'm pretty sure that Sunita has also been part of the finance committee. I'm sorry.
Policy committee.
Oh, policy committee. So
Yeah.
again, I
Audit committee.
nominate Sunita to be vice chair.
Thank you for starting us off, Susan, on the nominations for the vice chair. Right now, I hear that Sunita Garg has been nominated to serve as 23-24 BSD School Board Vice Chair. Are there any further nominations? Hearing no more nominations, nominations are now closed. We will now move to a vote. I want to let, I will call a vote, sorry. All in favor of Sunita Garg serving as the 23-24 Vice Chair of the Beaverton School Board, please raise your hand and say yes.
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 Yeah.
Sunita, you can vote for yourself.
She did. Seeing we have 7 out of 7, we have a unanimous vote to have Sunita Garg serve as our Vice Chair for the 23-24 school year. Thank you, Sunita. And thank you,
Thank you,
for the
Susan.
nomination.
We'll look forward to you for guidance too.
Thank you.
Would you all believe that I forgot to take a vote on our agenda? So I'm going to just back up, and as I'm learning, would somebody
Didn't
make a
you already
motion
do?
to approve? We made the motions, but we didn't take a vote.
On the is this voting for the consent agenda? Is that what we're doing?
Sorry, I'm going to back up to the actual agenda because I ran you all through the piece of the agenda saying, is this okay? Are there any changes? And
Yeah.
you all said, no, we're good to go. And so then I had to back up and ask you to vote. You made the motion and then you vote, but I forgot to have
So
you-
I want to clarify my motion to say that I move to approve the consent agenda.
can I back you up for just a second?
Yeah.
And make a motion to approve the agenda as from the very beginning. Is that correct? Because I forgot to have you vote. At the very beginning, I forgot to have you guys vote on the actual agenda, not the consent agenda, just the
Okay.
regular agenda.
Okay.
So Susan had made a motion to approve the agenda as is at the very beginning of the meeting. Sunita had second that motion to approve the agenda as it is. And now I just need to take a vote to approve the agenda motion that was made at the very beginning of the meeting. All those in favor of approving the agenda for today as is from the beginning of the meeting, please raise your hand and say yes.
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 Okay, so we have a unanimous vote to approve the agenda from the beginning of the meeting as is. Thank you. Thanks for sticking with me on this one. Now we move to the consent agenda, which is item 4 of our agenda meeting that we have approved. In this part, we will move to the consent agenda portion of our meeting. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda? Go ahead, Susan.
I move to approve the consent agenda.
Do I have a motion, or can somebody second that?
Second.
Thank you, Justice. Justice says second that. We will now, any discussion? So we will move to a vote. All those in favor of approving the consent agenda, please raise your hand and say yes.
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 We have a unanimous vote on the consent agenda, and it has been approved as is. Thank you. Now we are moving into our 5th part of our meeting, which is the closing of our meeting. I now call, Dr. Valderas, was there anything you wanted to note before I close the meeting?
No, just thank you. Thank you for being here tonight. And we'll see everybody August 15th at 10 o'clock for our retreat. So
Thank you. So welcome to our new school board members.
Yes.
And thank you to our new leadership. And I now call the July 25th BSC board meeting to a close. The meeting is adjourning at 7:17 p.m. Have a great evening, everyone.
Congratulations, Karen, too.
Peace. Congratulations, everybody.
Congratulations to everybody.